Javier, Biutiful is an ugly story in a way. It's the struggle of a man fighting cancer. It's almost hard to watch, but it is a beautiful love story of a father and his children as he fights more for their lives as his is slipping away. Tell us the story, the setup.
Um, is it a hard story? Yes, it is. It's an ugly story. I don't know if it is ugly to see. Why not? Because I think there are movies where you go there and you entertain yourself and it's great and I do it myself. But there's some other movies where the resonance of what you're seeing is his echo in the audience goes to a deeper level, an emotional level or psychological level, even physical sometimes. That is kind of like a call, like an aware call for the audience to remind themselves that there are important things in life that we have to remind ourselves, like compassion, forgiveness, empathy. And this movie goes to that level in a very deep way. And I've done premieres in Spain, London, Paris, here. I'm doing a lot of Q&As. I can tell people's faces. They feel very rewarded of having the chance to do the journey with us. Because at the end, the movie speaks about ourselves as human beings being in a very extreme circumstances. Like in Greek tragedies, you need to see the human being forced to overcome difficult situations to see the worst and the best of himself. And in him, we see ourselves. So I think it's a movie that really goes to a different place. And in that case, I think it's very beautiful.
It is, it is. And it's a complicated story of a man involved in criminal activity, dealing with illegal aliens, who has a wonderful heart, who cares about his estranged wife, who's a whack job, and loves his children so much he struggles for their lives this way. But you're going to be a father soon. And this has to bring up, I'm sure, all kinds of complicated feelings for you to deal with this subject matter because it's about a father's love for children, a desperate love for children. Were you processing all of that during this movie?
No, I think first of all, as you said, I think the core of the movie, the heart of the movie is the relationship of him with those kids, the legacy that he has to give to those kids, which he understands that more than milk and bread, he has to feed them with other things for the future, which is, I don't know if it's ethical values, but feelings of compassion, feelings of forgiveness, for those kids to grow up healthy. But I don't think a movie really teaches the actor things in specific. I think the whole experience of being there for 5 months plus 3 months of preparation, so it's 8 months holding that emotional state, teach you a lot of things, but not about the specifics like the fatherhood or it's about really how do you see yourself after going through that journey. And I have to say that I'm not the same person after doing Biutiful than before because when you commit yourself to a work like this, for everybody involved, sorry, you have to let yourself away. You have to let yourself behind. You have to jump in the abyss and not pretend, not perform, be him. Otherwise, I'm sure some other will do, I don't know how to do it. And when you do that, you put yourself in a place where you haven't been before, and then you are not the same person after being there. And those are the things that still, 1 year and a half after doing the movie, are still resonating in my thoughts of how many things do I have to learn to be able to do that from a different place. Because some of the scenes were not scenes, it was me going through that. And that's actually the dream of any actor. And we all look for it. But when it happens, it's complicated to say, okay, would I do that again? I don't know. Is it worth it? And the answer is yes, because somebody will see it and will be meaningful to that person for the reasons that it may be.
Now you're back in the Oscar game with this, and being an award site, we have to ask you about what is it like at your end to go through this. I remember when, of course, you got Oscar nominated for Before Night Falls. You became this big breakout star in a large way, thanks to that nomination. Everybody thought you were going to be nominated for The Sea Inside. You weren't. Yeah. And then you get this quirky role in this bizarre movie called No Country for Old Men, and you win for a sinister role, which didn't used to happen. Now it's been happening a lot lately. And
So I opened the can.
Yes, yes, yes.
With my haircut.
With your yes. So what do you think of the whole game? It's fun because the game is talking about great movies, and it's almost like a contest in a sport. You get to follow it like a horse race. But what's it like to be in it from your side?
Crazy. You have to be more aware than ever that it's a game, it's a race, it's a campaign, it's a lot of things that doesn't depend on you. Because I have to say that now I think I can talk because I have a little experience because of the things that you mentioned before. I've been there like 2 or 3 times. You realize that most of the time it's not about the work. It's about a lot of things more than that.
Right. And I'm glad to hear you admit that because we know that as pundits following
and
this.
That's hard.
Is it? Yeah.
That's frustrating sometimes because the good thing is that movies like painting, like any other music, like any other creative art, is subjective. I can't tell you how much I love a movie, and I can make you look like the movie because I liked it. You have your experience, I have my experience, and that's a great thing of art. But here comes to a terms where people has to be said what is good and bad through very difficult points of view until a point where they believe that that's the good thing and the other one was the bad one. Right. And sometimes you see very objective, logical things being up or down, then you go like, no, this can't be it, because at the end, what's the whole purpose? Of course, is promoting and producers making money because more people are going to see the movies, but at the end is celebrating the best work of the year around the world. Well, that's a huge responsibility, man. So sometimes I don't know if that is the real goal of it or if it's something else.
Not. Remember, it's merely a gold-plated statuette. And Katharine Hepburn, who won more than any other actor, once said, "You always win for the wrong role." Now you've got 2 under your roof at home with Penelope. Now I've got to ask you: do they go side by side on the mantle, or does she upstage you? Does she push? What's the setup of these 2 Oscars?
No, they are not. They are not together.
No,
they are not together. No, actually, I have a little office in Madrid, and mine is there, and I look at it like. From here to there, but not very paying much attention because he's intimidating. But it's pretty amazing. Yeah, I mean, I was saying to someone, I don't know, like I was telling minutes ago that I watched the Oscars with my father when I was 10 or 11. They were black and white. I was in Spain, and Bob Hope was hosting them.
Right.
How in the world I end up on that stage? I don't know. And because I don't know, I enjoyed it. I didn't put my focus on I want that to happen. As I didn't put on my focus, I want to work with the Coens, with Woody Allen. Because if you put on the radar, it's not going to happen. You have to focus on the work, on the respect that you have for your work, and try to do as best as you can. And then if things are meant to happen, it will. If not, not. So in this situation where you're saying people talking about Oscars and recognition, blah, 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 you have to put yourself away from it because you can actively say, I want it. Because then it doesn't make any sense. Right. And we all have vanities, and we all have egos, and we are actors, so more than anyone else, actors have the biggest.
Sure.
But you have to let it go, man, because
but we're talking about the campaign, too. Do you know that the last movie to be nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars that didn't have a campaign was 37 years ago? It was American Graffiti.
Wow.
So that's how hard it is to get in without campaigning. But you're very good. I met you the first time when you were campaigning for the Sea Inside. You were doing the Q&As. You were doing all that. So you've always been willing to do it. But it's got to be rough because there are Q&As in many cities. There are lots of these kinds of interviews. You've got to devote a big chunk of time to it.
Yes. But I don't know. You know more than me about this, of course. But I think there is a difference between campaign and promoting. There's a line where you go, I'm trying to help the movie, because most of the times, No Country for Old Men is a different thing because everybody saw it, but when you're with Biutiful, The Sea Inside, even before Night Falls, you want people to see it. It's not a mainstream movie, so you have to go out there, as in Spain or as in Europe, to make people aware that this product is out there for them to see it if they want. And in America, because it's a wider nation, you have to go more and more.
Sure.
But there's a line where you go like, okay, if I cross the line, then I'm campaigning. I'm asking, hey, vote for me. I'm the right one. That, I've seen it. I've seen doing it. It's like, no. Because at the end is focus on the work and realize what work is the one that appeals more to you and go for it. Rather than, hey, don't pay attention to that. Come here. Look at my product. And there's a lot of that in these things. And that I cannot do. I'm sorry, it's not on my skin.
And nor should you. You've got the winning formula already. Good luck this year. Thank you.
Thank you very much.